In a land where rolling hills kissed the sky and meadows stretched as far as the eye could see, there was a small, peaceful village called Elderglen. The village was renowned for its tranquility and the gentle, melodious songs of its river, which wound through the heart of the village, shimmering under the sunlight. At the edge of Elderglen stood a grand, ancient oak tree known as the Heartwood. This tree was not only the oldest in the land but also the keeper of a mysterious secret. It was said that the Heartwood held a magical sapphire, which protected the village from any harm and kept the balance of nature in harmony. One bright spring morning, the village awoke to find that the river's music had changed. Instead of its usual soothing melody, it now carried a discordant, ominous tune. The villagers were troubled and gathered around the Heartwood to discuss the strange phenomenon. It was then that the wise old storyteller, Alara, spoke up. "The Heartwood has always protected us with the magic of the sapphire," she said. "If the river's song is disturbed, it must mean that something has happened to the sapphire." The village's youngest resident, a brave and curious girl named Lila, stepped forward. "I'll find the sapphire," she said. "I've always felt a special connection to the Heartwood. Perhaps I'm meant to help." The villagers were initially hesitant but soon recognized Lila's determination and agreed to let her embark on the quest. Alara gave her a small, leather-bound journal and a compass that had been in her family for generations. "This journal will guide you with ancient wisdom," Alara explained. "And the compass will point you towards the heart of the problem." With the journal and compass in hand, Lila set off on her journey. She ventured deep into the forest, where the trees were dense and shadows danced in the dappled light. The compass needle swung erratically, guiding her towards an ancient, forgotten pathway. After a day of travel, Lila reached a hidden glen where the trees grew in an unusual formation, a perfect circle around a solitary, majestic waterfall cascading into a crystal-clear pool. In the center of the pool was a small island with an intricately carved stone pedestal. Upon the pedestal rested a large, brilliant sapphire that glowed with a mesmerizing light. Lila approached the pedestal cautiously and noticed a series of runes inscribed around the base. She opened the journal and began to decipher the runes, which spoke of an ancient spell that bound the sapphire to its protective magic. The runes revealed that the sapphire was in danger of being stolen by a dark sorcerer who sought to disrupt the balance of nature for his own gain. As Lila completed the spell, a shadowy figure emerged from the trees, an old sorcerer with a cloak as dark as the night. His eyes gleamed with malicious intent. "The sapphire belongs to me," he hissed. "It will serve my power, not your village's peace." Determined to protect her home, Lila stood her ground. "The sapphire's magic belongs to nature and to those who honor it," she declared. "It will not be used for evil." The sorcerer laughed and tried to seize the sapphire, but as his hand reached for it, the sapphire's light flared brightly, casting a protective shield around it. Lila realized that the sapphire's magic was linked to the purity of intention and the strength of her own resolve. Summoning her courage, Lila recited the ancient spell she had deciphered from the journal. As she spoke the final words, the sapphire's light intensified, forming a beam that struck the sorcerer and encased him in a glowing prison. The sorcerer's dark magic was no match for the sapphire's protective enchantment. With the sorcerer subdued, Lila carefully returned the sapphire to its rightful place on the pedestal. The magic of the sapphire surged through the air, restoring harmony to the river's song and the balance of nature. The waterfall's waters sparkled with renewed brilliance, and the glen was filled with a sense of peace and serenity. Lila made her way back to Elderglen, where the villagers welcomed her with cheers and celebration. The river's melody was once again a gentle, soothing tune, and the Heartwood stood tall, its protective magic stronger than ever. From that day on, Lila became a cherished hero in Elderglen. She continued to explore the mysteries of the land and share her adventures with the village. The Heartwood and the sapphire remain symbols of the balance and protection of nature, reminding everyone of the importance of bravery, purity of heart, and the magic that resides within each of them. And so, the tale of Lila and the Sapphire Guardian was passed down through the generations, a story of courage, magic, and the unbreakable bond between nature and those who protect it.